My name is Danny Bendeva. I am with DAASN. I am here with Nancy Hafford of the Towson Chamber. Please introduce yourself.
I am Nancy Hafford with the Towson Chamber of Commerce. I've been with them for 3 years as the executive director, and I volunteered for the chamber for the last 11 years.
Our first question is, please tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I've always been in the service industry. I started off in restaurants, and then I went to health clubs, being a district manager of health clubs in the Baltimore area. But I've always believed in serving your community, and that's what a chamber does. I'm very thankful to be here in Towson, which is the county seat. And so we serve not just Towson, but we serve all over Baltimore County because this is the county seat. So it was like a natural progression coming from the service industry and a volunteer at the chamber. Being a director, it's wonderful having the business experience. So it's not like I've just worked for nonprofits all my life. I've worked for the business community, so I know the struggles that the business community has.
So you run the chamber like a business almost,
Absolutely.
rather than just a nonprofit.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
So tell us a little bit more about the Towson Chamber and what it does.
Well, the Towson Chamber's been around for about 45 years, and it's quite an unusual chamber. We don't just have social events, like networking events. We have quite a few of them. But we get involved with other chambers for social networking events, and that is not typical from the past. People usually just stayed in their community and they worked in their community. We work with 10 different chambers. We do a lot of work with Baltimore County government because we're here at the county seat. We go down to Annapolis when there's bills that will impact the businesses in our community. And then we run festivals. We run one of the largest festivals in the Mid-Atlantic, the Towson Town Spring Festival. We have about 250,000 people that attend that event. We run farmers markets every week during the summer and the spring and the fall. And we get about 10,000 people a week to that. And then we have a Gardens Day, you know, to kick off the spring, which we love for all the businesses in the area. We get about 5,000 to 7,000 people for that event.
Wow, that's awesome. Please tell me about if you've had any mentors in your life. And is that something that
Quite a
you
few
elaborate on?
mentors.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I believe in surrounding yourself with people that are wiser than you are. And if you can't pick up something new every single day that helps you be a better person and better able to serve others, then you're sure changing yourself. And I'm very fortunate to have a lot of wonderful board members and members of the Towson Chamber and friends and co-workers that are very wise and pick something up from them every day.
That's great.
About 3 years ago, when I started with the chamber, our assets were running at about 138,000. Now we're close to 900,000. And how we achieved that is we purchased a building. I knew it was very important to find a home in the Towson area. We rented for years, and we bought a building where we're paying almost exactly what the rent was.
Wow.
And the importance of having that is not just that we have a home, but we're able to offer our members a beautiful building to use for meetings and activities. We can have social events here. It's 3 times the size of our other building. So it's given us the ability to serve our members more than we were able to in the past. And another thing that we were able to do is we're able to offer space in our office here for the Baltimore County Tourism Council.
Wow.
And so if people are looking to come to Baltimore County to spend money and for tourism opportunities, they come to our office, which is very, very good for us.
Tell us a little bit about being a woman in business, if that's been a challenge or not, or just some.
At times it has been. I mean, being 53 years old, and I'm not afraid to say my age, I've been around for quite a while, and I've worked since I was 16 years old, and especially running health clubs. Being a woman who's a district manager for health clubs, were very, very few when I was doing that. I think when I first started, there were like 5 other women in the United States that were running multiple facilities like that. So in that type of position, it was very, very challenging. But you learn how to adapt. But the challenges that I had then have helped me a lot in my position right now, because in the position as the executive director of the chamber, I have to work with a lot of political people, and at times it's good to be able to learn to maneuver, because
Okay.
a lot of them are gentlemen.
Okay, thank you. All right, so tell us about networking and its application to your job. Of course, DAASN, we're a social media networking firm, and we talk about offline networking and online networking. Offline is in person,
Right.
online via the internet.
Right.
Can you please tell us about offline networking and its application to your success and to your business here with Towson Chamber?
I'm sure people like to do business with people that they feel comfortable with. And when you have opportunities to meet people and find out that you have things of interest and that you can trust them and build up a rapport, I found that a lot of people will call and ask for if they've met someone at an event, and then later on down the road they might need your service. Like if they say, Danny, they met you at a networking event that we had, they might not remember your name, but they'll remember that they met you, and they'll call me up and they'll say, could you tell me the gentleman's name that runs the social media company? And that's how we can help our members.
Okay.
And we try to make our events where it's not salesy. We don't want people to come in and throw cards in each other's faces.
Right.
It's a very comfortable, relaxed environment, because besides just looking for people to do business with, it's very good to have an opportunity to commiserate with people, especially during these extremely challenging times economically. And then when you're with each other, people have different ideas of how they're solving some of their economic problems, and they share and they help each other out like that.
Okay. So, tell us about social media and its application to your business.
Well, I'm very thankful that, Danny, that I've known you from before, and when you told me that you're involved in this right now, because unfortunately, I hate to say, this is probably one of the biggest areas that people from my generation are lacking in. You know, my children, I have 4 children, and they're excellent with this social media. They Twitter, they Facebook, they would do whatever the link or whatever you do there. But for me, it's like a foreign language, and it's difficult, and you're afraid to learn. And so I was very thankful when you and Audra came over, and it's becoming less intimidating. It's going to take me a while. It's not something I'm going to be able to do overnight. But I realize that if I can learn how to apply some of these different vehicles in social media, how in the end it's going to make my life so much easier.
Right. You know, interesting enough, the way I thought to get in touch with you again was because your daughter reached out to me on Facebook and said, hi, how you doing? And I was like, oh, I wonder what Nancy's up to.
I hope she's not getting in touch with a lot of guys your age.
No.
Oh, good.
Just because we, work together.
Right.
So.
Just a joke, bad joke.
Yeah, I know. We'll erase that one later. No. Okay, so what are your goals, and what does the future look like for the Towson Chamber?
As far as where we want to go or how we want to use social media to help us grow?
Overall and with social media.
Well, one event that I failed to mention before was our Friday night concerts. Every Friday night for 4.5 months, we put on concerts here in Towson, and they're very costly concerts. And over the last year, unfortunately, last year, we had so many rainout nights. And when that happens, I have to make 30, 40 calls or emails to let people know that we are not going to be having the concert. And that's not even getting in touch with any of the people that were planning on coming that evening. So we want to learn how to use Twitter for that event, that we can not just tell people when we're canceling, but let people know what band's coming that night, because it's going to be another reminder for them to come back out. So we're hoping and we're sure that this will help us on our Friday night events.
Well, we appreciate your time today. Thanks a lot.